Hi Scorpio, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you your monthly money and career tarot reading for the month of December 2021 as we get ready to wrap up this year. Now, just take a moment. Isn't that crazy? This year has flown by and I feel like you were thinking about that this month. Anyways, I am filming this on Thanksgiving and for whatever reason I was just thinking as I cleansed your energy before the reading that the gratitude card came out in Cancers. Mentioning that for a reason. I feel like there's a push to be truly grateful for the ups and the downs in this past year. So anyways, I was just having a moment. I do want to thank you so much for joining me, but also keep in mind this is general. Don't stress over what doesn't resonate. Just take what does and what's meant for you throughout this reading. As well, don't forget the other placements within your individual chart for more messages to check them out. All right, so I'm doing the water signs, which are always the last in the group. Save the best for last, you know. So they will all be out after today. Anyways, if you're looking to book a personal reading with myself, the options, pricing, and my email are down below in the description box. Just reach on out and I'll get that started for you. I'm being told to make sure my microphone's on. I feel like that wasn't necessary. Anyways, you're going to need to work smarter this month, not harder. Okay? Regardless of what people tell you. As well, don't forget to show your love and support on this channel by liking and commenting as always. I'm bending my cards. Ugh. It's going to be slight annoyances this month, but for whatever reason, I do feel you're in pretty good spirits. Trying to see the silver lining in a situation or just being the positivity for one reason or another at work or in a living situation. Helping other people with their money and career by just being a good energy for them or just I don't even know how to put that. And I feel like you'll have moments like that and it's like whatever. All right. Someone's blaming somebody in the work environment or in a living situation for not doing something or not doing something right. Don't acknowledge it or don't stress over it. What do we have for my lovely Scorpios? Oh, yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Join the Scorpio community. There's a need to sort of laugh throughout the month, get a good release in that sense from all the pent-up stress that people have been bringing you. Customers, clientele, coworkers, your boss or boss figures, or the people that work for you. Yeah, I feel like it's a confident month for you. Okay. I feel like I could have left at those two, but growth. In a month where you're going to be reflecting, maybe regretting just a little bit, in the midst of all of which, you are noticing how much you've grown throughout your ups and downs within your career recently, throughout the year as well, once again. But when it comes to the financial struggles too, or just you needing to, up until this point, trust your intuition, or being pushed to do so when it comes to where to invest or put your resources, your money, your finances. Self-esteem. A truly confident ending to the year. I feel like especially the beginning of December, you're feeling good. You're feeling as if you have a lot to offer to bring to the table. People don't fully get why you're feeling this way, but I do think you're doing a lot of self-care work, a lot of reflecting in a positive way, not overthinking too much. Maybe sometimes, nobody's perfect, but it feels as if you're not letting your work be taken home as much as you used to. It might be an old habit of yours, or you're just allowing yourself to feel confident about, again, what you have to bring to the table, the work you produce, how talented and skilled you are. I feel like the work that you do, even if it's just one job, it could be multiple or a business wrapped up in the equation, you are very, very skilled, and that's obvious, right? And some of you post what you do for work on social media, and that's one of those reminders. You might do it in November at one point. That just, it reminds people, damn, Scorpio is one talented bitch. Again, you might just be feeling very comical in a very subtle, sort of mature way. I don't know if that was very mature, but whatever. This came out in Cancers. Don't compare yourself to other people, though, okay? It could be somebody who does the same kind of work that you do or has the same kind of business you do, you work with or work towards building. Um, don't compare yourself to their path, their struggles, their ups and downs. It feels as if this is coming through as a very judgment card imagery in the light series, where you need to release a lot of the baggage that's been holding you down. Yes, you're coming off very confident with that immense amount of self-esteem, but you also do need to release some of the baggage or the doubts that I feel like that are still lingering, that other people or situations or on uncommon circumstances that weren't perfect for you, something that fell flat. I feel like a financial investment. Release all of which, okay? Um, the blame on oneself for not being perfect. Release the regret for not trusting your intuition at one point. Interestingly enough, I feel like when you allow yourself to be released from all of which, or some of which, however it pertains to you, there's a sense of freedom. You'll feel a lot lighter. It's something you need. More peace. Let go of that grief. You owe it to yourself at the end of the day to feel free, to feel more peaceful when it comes to your money situation, your relationship with it, as well as your career. You'll move forward in a lot healthier kind of way, in a lot lighter way. I'm seeing someone literally float through. Interesting. So floating through the month, I guess. Going with the flow. You're reminded to do just that, as there's a level of envy. At times, going back to the original message with the Judgment card, comparing to others' situations, progress, or other people's financial status, or what they've invested in, maybe their living situation, or how nice their car is, something of the sort. Someone's lifestyle. Feeling as if you envy somebody for how far they've gotten, but then it's like you're being pushed to be brought back to that self-esteem way of viewing things, where it's like, I'm skilled, I got it going on, I do have a bright future ahead for me. And it's like a lot of things need to be released and wrapped up before the ending of the year and month. So let's pull the main part of the reading from the Light Seers Tarot deck before I rant too much. That's already happened. So you may be going on rants this month. They may not be as effective as you think, but there's a lot that you feel the need to express or say, or your opinion matters. There's also focus on you getting your voice out there this month. It all kind of came at me, or out at once. Yeah, it's a healing kind of month. Don't be surprised if you're not sleeping as well as you'd like to this month. There's a focus on a connection in your work environment or in a living situation that isn't helping, or you find yourself thinking about somebody from your past or somebody wrapped up with connection-wise while you're working. It's truly a distraction, especially at the end of the month. Alright, so we're beginning with these two bonus cards, the Emperor and the Queen of Wands. So balance between your masculine side, your feminine side, but also your analytical side and your going with the flow, passionate kind of side. I hope that makes sense. You planning for what you want to achieve in the upcoming year, or the future of your business or career in general, or you could be planning on changing up a living situation or getting a new car or something of the sort. Some of you thinking about getting a new tattoo, investing in that. Very interesting. I don't know why I'm feeling it's on your chest or your arm, if that pertains to you, but feeling like there is a focus. You see these candles on getting your voice out there to help people in one way, shape, or form, even if it's just that comical light is what I'm hearing, or that comical sort of voice. So you begin the month with the Queen of Pentacles. This calm, cool confidence about you, this maturity that exudes from you, being aligned with the self-esteem card, and people just being like, well, what are you doing outside of work? Or what are you doing in general to feel this way? And you just being like, I'm not stressing it anymore. It's not fully the case, especially as you make your way through the month. It's kind of hard not to do so with certain factors, as you're planning once again, trying to keep that passion, that fire lit. But for whatever reason, you're inspiring people, you're helping people with your energy. You may be feeling like very much a Virgo at the beginning of the month, feeling very grounded, very confident once again. You may have to present a level of work that you produced, or be choosing to do so on social media or something of the sort, and it being very successful. And it may feel like a sort of healing process, even if you don't show it, hearing at face value, but just up front, even if it doesn't seem like it. Because you make your way to the middle of the first half of the month rather, possibly the second as well, and you're feeling a bit emotional. For some of you, it's because you slip into an old habit of comparing to other people's progress, situations, lifestyles, or you just kind of with the Two of Wands feeling long for more. Understandable. And there's, again, a need for you to let these emotions resurface. Don't sit in them, don't dwell in them, but learn from them, grow from them, as I always say, and move right along. Allow it to be a healing kind of part of the month and year. But I feel like moving on to the third card, it's because you're tired, you're overworked. Your dreams may be giving you clarity, all the meanwhile just stressing you the F out. Yeah, it feels like there's a lot weighing on your mind, your heart, your soul when it comes to your career, your lifestyle, your finances. Someone else in your life isn't helping with that, I feel the need to say. You might find yourself thinking about, who you're comparing yourself to or the progress you've achieved up until this point late at night or when you're woken up in the middle of the night for one reason or another. I feel like it's a very spiritually connected kind of month, and some of you are used to it, some are not. So just breathe and don't allow yourself to stress more than you kind of already are. It just feels like the middle of the first half and the end of it are just a little bit heavy emotion-wise, but let yourself see the silver lining as it is a healing part of the month, whether it feels like it or not. Moving on, keywording. To the beginning of the second half of the spread of month, we have the Seven of Swords. Feeling quite secretive. It's like that passion comes back, that motivation to keep planning, to be strategic, maybe a little overly analytical about what lies ahead, trying to figure out what's next for you. All the meanwhile, people are seeing you in a beautiful, successful light, but you kind of looking down or just trying to dodge people, in their opinions or their questions. I don't know why it came out that way. Seeing a lot of feathers as well. Signs from the universe. Again, it's a very spiritually connected month for you. It's like this calm, cool confidence leaves people wanting to put you in the spotlight or noticing your skill sets. Even if they've noticed and acknowledged them previously, they're more so noticing them now at this point in the month. And it's like, yeah, I get it, but I'm just actually trying to go through, I'm exiting a very stressful or emotional filled, heavy part of the month or even emotional part of the year. Accept the spotlight to a certain extent. All right, people need to sort of pipe it down. Horrible wording. You might find that there's a lot of noisy energies or just a lot of noise in general where you're trying to work or live. That might be part of the reason why you're lacking that quality sleep. Noise. I get it. So we're moving on to the Hangman. And so you make your way to the middle of the second half of the month, and there's a need for an adjustment in perspective. I almost feel like it's going to be feel effortless. Some of you might need the push more than others, but I do feel like you start to see things in a different light. That's 2 Hangman cards. Very interesting. It's like adjustment in perspective on a multitude of levels. Dreams, memories popping back up. Little things in your work environment or when you're producing work for your business remind you of the past and the need to not stress over the past or something that didn't work out, that fell flat potentially. You'll think back to somebody else who did something similar or something of the sort and how far they've come, and it kind of brings you back to that way of thinking. But you need to sort of adjust your perspective again. Adjust your perspective on something that isn't perfect in your life, like a living situation or something of the sort. It could just be your job or your financial status at this point. I don't know why I feel like for a lot of you it's something you're investing your money in. It's one of the many things that needs an adjusting of perspective. Someone you're thinking about giving flowers to, or it could be vice versa. And I think you need to change your mind when it comes to that. Oddly weird message. Sorry if it doesn't pertain to you. But so you finish up the month with the Lovers and the year. Alright, so there's a focus on whether or not you love. I feel like you're regaining a love for something you work towards. You've been working towards, whether it's a job, a career choice in general, business. Feeling as if you're feeling a lot lighter, a lot more free towards this part of the month. and it's purposeful, so you can prepare or get ready for the following year, the upcoming year. All right. I do feel like there is a connection outside of work. Some of you meeting somebody or connecting with somebody on a romantic level at work, please tread carefully. But it does feel like whoever you're wrapped up with romantically or considering in that category fills you with so much love and romance or whatever the case may be at the end of the month that it heals you even more, right? You see a level of success within your career or within your finances, a step towards a changing need in order to feel a lot healthier, a lot more free, a lot more peaceful. You're reminded how much you need to give birth to something new. With the Emperor and the Empress, how much you need that sense of balance moving into the following year. All right. So, along with the Nine of Swords, I feel as if your rest, your sleep will improve as much as there's love being sort of thrown at you or provided at the end of the month. You will feel the need to guide your own way or just spend time alone. Very interesting. Let's finish up by pulling from the Small Making Magic deck for Scorpio. Power symbol: cleanse, purify, and protect the physical body as well as the festival. So it's about creating a blueprint for a fantastic party or event. So you might be working in an industry where a career choice where you create events or you assist in that process. But I feel like as well, you might be going on a date at the end of the year, at the end of the month. They came up, and I think Leo's or someone else's reading, maybe two of which. All right, but perseverance, the motivation to keep going despite the odds. Don't you stop, all right? I mean, of course, stop out of respect for your self-care and to sort of, revive oneself. But don't allow obstacles or old habits to keep you from moving forward or even other energies, all right? So, yeah, healing feminine energy for sure. So I hope this reading was truly helpful. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I hope you have the most amazing month, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Scorpio.